Hello, Governor.
Hey, Governor.
The Governor is here.
He's back.
With his eye patch, nae crew, and even Poundland, the addition of his family, but he's back and he likes killing people. And was it the best episode of the season at this point? I think it was.
He couldn't get Glenn's girlfriend, so he found himself someone who looks like Maggie.
Yes.
It's all going down in episode 6, season 4 of The Walking Dead.
What have I become? Big Johnny Cash playing in the background. Don't even think it played at one point, but for some reason, his transformation this episode reminds me of that song. But we begin the episode with a flashback. The Governor
Camping.
Yep, he's camping with Martinez and Schubert. They're actually at the military outpost.
Outpost.
They ambushed like a few months ago,
Now,
which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, 'cause this was like an ambush, only a reverse ambush, I guess, where they sneak away. So the Governor wakes up the next day, and it turns out Martinez and Schubert are gone. They've abandoned them.
Do you blame them?
At the time, I felt a wee bit sorry for them.
I know, but he just killed like 33
I know,
people.
but that's their leader. Come on, I'd be like Rick waking up and
Well, if Rick
Daryl
killed...
and Glenn's gone, you know, he'd be like, what the hell?
I don't think there's many things Rick could do for Daryl and Herschel.
No,
and that
Daryl's
they'd
so
not
far
be
up.
up his ass.
Daryl's so far up Rick's ass that Rick could fucking kill Daryl and zombie Daryl would still be clinging to him. But the point being, I did feel a bit bad for the Governor when he wakes up and he realises, yeah, the only two remaining members of Woodbury have abandoned me.
But so awkward though.
So then-
He's just stuck with Schubert though.
He
This
decides,
Martinez speaks.
he's like, well, screw this. If they've abandoned me, I'm going to abandon them. And he gets this big truck. He drives into Woodbury and he burns it all down. And you see him just standing there with Woodbury in flames and walkers walking over the place. And you just got the Governor there standing like a badass. For me, the best villain The Walking Dead's ever seen. I know people will say it's Negan, but nah, man, the Governor hits different.
He does. He gives you proper villain vibes. That Negan's like a comedy.
Plus, I feel like the Governor, at least the Governor was in the show when it was still
Good.
pretty good, like, or decent. I mean, by the time Negan gets into the show, it's... I mean, the main cast has went to shit.
Exactly. And yeah, like, you're rooting for Negan. I'm not saying you're not rooting for the Governor, but Negan doesn't mean he's not even a bad guy.
Rick's the good guy in this feud with the Governor. See, by the time you get to season 7, Rick's a bastard. See, when Rick's sitting there pleading for his life and Negan's making fun of him, how are you supposed to really feel that sorry for Rick for all the things that he's done?
You killed 52 of my fucking people,
52
Rick.
more than I'm comfortable with, man. I mean, but yeah, no, Rick's... Face it, Rick's just not a good guy. I think by the time you get to the Rick versus the Governor battle, the lines are blurry. But anyway... We'll save that for season 7.
We'll save, the Rick and the Negan battle. But the Governor burns down Woodbury again. Kind of just a community that didn't really need to be burnt down, but it gave us a nice wee image. I liked this. It
was like a symbolising it. That's it.
End of an era.
Right, end of an era.
So then he instead of his truck, he just walks down the road.
All those memories are gone. Milton, Meryl, Andrea.
They're all
Amy.
dead.
Who's the one that got shot? Wait, I think her name is Amy.
Crossbow one?
Aye.
Might have been, I don't know.
Oh,
Martinez, Schubert, they've left the building. But, yeah, months have passed.
Rally.
He's walking, he's got a beard.
Gargulio.
He just looks absolutely done, right? And we see at points at this where walkers are trying to get him, and he just moves as slow as possible out the road, and they just fall. But yet you're led to believe that, oh, these walkers, man, deadly animals, deadly creatures.
The way he sidestepped this walker was great. I mean, he just completely sent it the wrong way. But it does make you think. It's like, how could the Governor avoid a single walker so easily by not even, essentially barely even trying, yet we'll see people fighting for their lives and they'll get killed by one. It's like...
Military armed with M60s and M4A1s and M16s and whatever gun you want, man. Governor's walking up the street with hee-haw. A rucksack. A rucksack. But he notices messages on a wall that say Brian Hurlot or Harriet. What? That's not a good name. Why does he use that name this episode, man? The Governor to Brian.
So he falls, he lays down, he notices a little girl in the window of an apartment, So he decides to pull himself back to his feet and investigate the apartment. So he makes his way inside, and he comes across
A family.
called the Chamblers or the Chamblers or
The lesbian cop and the dad using oxygen and the pish single mother family.
So there's two sisters, Lily and Tara. We get Lily's daughter Megan, and their sick dad David, who has legs but can't use
Let's
them.
be real, he's not a man. The governor's carry him in the fucking bed on night one.
So Tara's very hostile towards the governor. I mean, Lily's a bit more, well, stop shoving this gun in his face. But no, Tara's like, yo, I'm a cop. If you do anything, I've got enough ammo here to kill you 1,000,000 times. I mean, the governor really could have just snatched this gun off her. 4 shots, they're all dead. Could have put an extra 2 bullets in there.
I know, see, to be honest though, the governor could have been shot like 7 times here, and I still think he would have killed all 4 of them.
No, but see when she's threatening him, the governor just wasn't even paying attention.
No,
like,
he was
in depression mode.
He's like, fucking dead. What are you waiting for, damn
Give
it?
it your best shot. But at this point, I think, the new character, they're alright, like, they're not bad. I mean, I don't detest them, like, I would definitely trade them for a few members of the current group, like, they're...
I'll tell you what, I think Tara at this point is so much better than Tara by the end.
Yeah, no, I remember watching The Walking Dead. Tara, around season 4, was actually one of my favourite characters, but it seems to be the later they get in the show, the only quality our character's got is the fact that she is a lesbian, so that seems to be the only thing that they
it's here for people go, oh, but she lost her family, right? Like, let's be real. See, by the time she becomes depressing and just the LGBT gimmick, I mean, who she lost? At this point, she loses her dad, this episode, spoiler, and then the other 2 don't have long after that. So let's be real.
But she finds Glenn, so I mean...
Glenn! Are you okay, Glenn? It's alright, Glenn.
So the governor then decides that he's going to stay in this apartment for the night. Gets his own wee room.
He gets fed SpaghettiOs, but then he just fucks him at the window, so...
Yeah, so Lily makes some spaghettis, and I don't know if it's the governor doesn't trust them, or...
He doesn't like spaghetti.
Because the spaghetti... Maybe that's what his daughter used to eat, I don't know, but the spaghetti gets tossed out the window, and he just, like, tucks into a tin can. Not quite sure what he was eating.
I don't think he really cares if he lives or not at this point, so why would he be so bothered about them poisoning him? And plus, she could have just shot him.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, what was his daughter called again? Oh, God, Don't Hurt My Little Girl. That's not a name, but still.
I was going to say, that's a long fucking name.
I can't remember, but Peg. Penny,
I was going to say Polly. Who the fuck's Polly?
Maybe Penny's favourite dinner was spaghetti hoops or something like that, and this gave him bad memories.
He didn't have fucking toast to put it on, so maybe he's raging at it.
Or maybe it wasn't lure pack that she put on it or something. It's like, right, tossed out the window.
Golden Kai here, what the fuck's going on? Lord, a big block of lard on my butter!
So that gets tossed out the window, and he just goes and he has his wee tin. He then tries to slide the door. He tries to slide the empty plate underneath the door, but Tara again opens up the door and basically has the gun again, kind of point at him. Is like, here, this isn't a hotel. Come and do your own dishes. So straight away, then fight him in and begin to get a little bit friendly, and it's
back to stage 1.
It's just a bit weird, like that they've invited this big,
yeah, kill all 40s.
Yeah, and they've just invited him in. They end up sitting him down. David asks Philip to do him a favour. He wants to he asks him if he can get a chess set that one of his war buddies had up in the apartment above him. So Philip ventures into the apartment. He finds a wheelchair. He finds the chess set. Finds himself a new handgun as well. Then he goes into the bathroom, hears a noise, and he finds the undead legless Bill.
Jenkins.
Lying in the tub. So Bill Jenkins, legless.
Like, how shite is Tara, though, not to know the headshot them by this point?
Yep. This guy, I think, had tried to shoot himself in the head, but didn't really work, and he'd only lost a chunk of his skull. So, anyway, Bill's still alive, so Philip kills Bill. Kill Bill.
Bill.
He kills him, and then takes the gun, and then he goes down, he returns to the apartment, and gives David the game and then leaves. I thought it was a bit weird. I mean, the guys in this apartment aren't doing too good. You've got David who's got legs and can't use them. They don't work. Then you've got Bill who's lying in a bathtub, zombified with no legs.
Exactly.
Is Kevin Nash in the next room or something?
I know, no legs, no matter what. And then, like, what's funny about this, he gets the chest set and he's automatically set on a new mission. Go get some oxygen tanks, big man.
So, then Lily comes to the governor, gives him his gun back, but he's like, nah, it's alright, I don't need my gun. I've got this one. I think Lily originally thinks that he had two guns and didn't hand it in, but he explains that he found it upstairs. Lily then says that David has lung cancer, he doesn't have much time left, his current oxygen tank is nearing empty, and that they need a new one. She says there's a nursing home nearby, and she asks if he could go and grab some, even one, apparently.
This begs the question, what would these ones have done if he doesn't turn up? Would Tara have bothered her arse?
I don't think so.
Which, to me, is very cheap and lame. In my opinion, like, they know one's there.
Well, I mean, you could maybe argue that the guy's not got much long left anyway, like, so is it worth risking your life to get...
Oh, but it's alright, telling him to go?
Well, he doesn't really bother then, does he? Anyway, the governor goes, he goes into the nursing home. Obviously, a nursing home filled with old people is now filled with old, undead zombies. So, the governor manages to grab two tanks, just lifts them and walks out as if they're nothing. And he manages to escape, so he gets back, gives them the tanks. Lily thanks him. He's got like a little head injury, so Lily starts cleaning up the head injury. Then her daughter Megan is looking on, and Lily says she needs to go and get more equipment, so she asks Megan to look after Philip. She then asks some awkward questions about how he got the eye patch.
I mean, is this really
stuff.
smart, leaving this kid with him? I know he's helped you, like, but...
He's not a fucking pedo, like, I mean...
But you don't know it?
No, I know, but I think we've seen it. I think if he was going to do anything, he'd have... I get what you're saying, like, I'm not sure.
I don't like... Yeah, no, but realistically, he could be a pedo.
No, but he seems
He's not going to come in, kill them both, and then molest a kid, like.
Well, he seems like an honourable guy.
He's an honourable guy.
Well, that's what Andrea thought anyway.
Is David going to tell him to take a seat, because he's already taken one?
Philip then tells Megan that he got the eye patch because he's a pirate. Ha pirate, ha.
Well, he did a lot of looting, like.
He did, aye. We then see Philip is teaching Megan how to play chess, and she says she's got an idea. He's explaining how, you know, the king is important, and to win the game you need to protect the king. And basically I think he sees himself as king, and the rest of the Woodbury people as pawns. And he's lost all his pawns, so there's nobody left to protect the king. I don't know if they were symbolising that. That's kind of what I got for it. Megan then goes and gets like a marker, and she draws an eye patch on the king piece of the chessboard, so it looks like the governor, which
He got his family.
Thought was pretty cool.
Rick found his. Philip found his.
We then see Philip looking on. He sees Lily and Tara saying goodbye to David. Looks like David's about to go. And then David reanimates. He tries to take a bite out of Tara, but Philip's there. And he grabs the oxygen tank and he bashes David's head in with the oxygen tank. The others aren't too pleased about it, but at the end of the day,
they had to do it.
He saved Tara's
I
life.
think this is a very good scene, right? But you've got to admit, it's like, should he not have been like, oh, by the way, they do all come back eventually unless you put them down with a brain injury, with brain trauma?
Didn't they already know that? No.
No, because he has to explain to them, sure. He's like, you have to put them down the head. And that's why they're alright with him after it, but the kid's still a bit scared.
Well, I tell you what, I think David turned very quickly. Again, I know it's for plot purposes, I get that.
He did, but we see throughout the show that, oh, it can take 12 hours, or it can take 3 seconds.
Well, I remember in the early seasons, they were trying to, there was this theory that it was like the more bad you were, the quicker you turned. People were trying to say that's why Shane turned pretty much straight away because he was a bastard.
Was this guy a pedo or something?
But I think that's been debunked.
The disabled war veteran's a bastard. Fuck him.
So they then bury David. Philip kind of just tosses in the body, doesn't really look after his head, just kind of And there
Batista
you
bombs
go.
him through the fucking ground.
He then burns an old photo of his wife and daughter, and I guess that's him saying goodbye.
This is my new family, bitch.
Lily wants him to stay. Philip says that he can't go with him, but Lily reveals that she saw the photo of his family, and she admits that they aren't his family, but he's stuck with them now essentially because Philip has become part of their family. The governor, I guess, doesn't really want a new family, but he's kind of not got a choice here.
But see, at this point, days have passed. He's shaved his beard. It looks like it's been a decent amount of time. Like, well, why are you with them?
He looks like he's getting back to the
Aye.
Philip, the guy that we all
Who would have thought
respected.
this group of jobbers would have...
Would have brought him back.
I know.
But they have.
What happened if he joined the Savers, fuck's sake?
Oh, God.
It'll turn into The Rock. The Rock. But they're taking David... This is actually David's food truck they've taken. So they've killed David, hoovered all his supplies, and went, you know what? We're going to leave. And the governor's driving. And then Tara actually reveals in this...
Well, their dad, so I guess...
Well, fair enough. But Tara reveals in this conversation that she was never actually a police officer. She just did the training. Which I think makes a bit more sense.
Yep.
They could have potentially did something with she... Does she actually... Do the reference that she might know Rick? No?
No.
No.
Don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure they don't they not?
Hold on, Rick was like the sheriff and she's a fucking nobody, so...
Very true, right? But then a very weird scene comes up because we're camping in the back of the van, right? So all four of them in the back of the van, and Philip and Lily sleep together, right? And is this not weird considering you've got our sister and our kid in the back of the van?
Well, in fairness, I mean, you can't really blame Philip for this. He's just kind of lying there, minding his own business.
Right, well, I wasn't blaming Philip.
And Lily starts, like, backing up awkwardly onto Philip. Again, yeah, it's like... Yeah, it's a bit weird, like, when our daughter and Tara's, like, literally arm's length.
You've got a lesbian and a fucking 7-year-old in the back of the van.
But, yeah, so it looks like we've got a new relationship. Then the fan breaks down, so they have to go on foot. Tara falls over.
This was horrendous.
Sprains her leg.
This was just like plot purposes 101.
It's like, oh shit, we need Tara to slow the group down, so let's have her randomly fall here and twist her ankle. So that's what she does. She gets helped up by Lily. The walkers appear. Megan is frozen in place. Philip is like, come on, Megan, you can do it. And it's like, see all the time Philip, like, wasted telling Megan to come with him. He could have just ran over, grabbed her, and off they went. But
I think it was to show you, though, that she trusts him. She trusts him. He's the daddy. I'm the daddy.
I get that.
I'm the man.
They leave all their supplies behind, so the group just go on with its supplies, kind of leave all their baggage behind. Philip
again was like, can the governor not carry stuff while running with this Megan?
Maybe, like, but
I mean, they drop fucking everything because of a leg injury.
And again, it's like just randomly a big pile of walkers happen to be there.
And also, like we said in Fear the other day, check out the review. Strand's talking to a walker that's about well, he's not talking to the walker, but the walker's there. Here, the governor spots a horde that's like a good 30, 50 feet away. He doesn't even say anything, and then they're like,
and they all turn around and start following him. It's like, I mean,
it's everybody's favourite Philip. Let's go get him.
So Philip's hugging Megan, and they fall into this like ditch, this like kind of hole in the ground. There's walkers inside the hole, and then we get some good kills here. Philip kind of just goes crazy and kills 3 walkers.
He just rips its foot. He goes right through the throat, man. Voice box ripped open.
With his bare hands, he just kills these 3 walkers, and then he saves Megan, and she says he promised you, swear you keep me safe, and he says that
cross my heart.
Across my heart, I'll keep you safe. And then he hears a voice coming from outside the pit. He looks up and he sees
the leader of the Calvaris.
He sees Martinez standing above him. Philip repeats, "Across my heart," as he strokes Megan's hair while staring up at Martinez, the guy that just left him for dead.
Left him, like,
well,
probably 6 months ago now.
Alright, so then anyway, there you go. Reunited. The Woodbury clan are reunited. There's no Schubert in sight though, so I guess we'll find out next episode what happened to him. But that was the end of this episode. It was like a governor episode, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give it a 7, which is probably the best rating of the season.
So, I am also going to give it a 7. I liked it. Um, it was difficult, the fact that we hadn't seen the governor in like 5 episodes, and then when we do get him, and you just get introduced to some new characters. So, I mean, it did feel a little bit weird.
See, in terms of the show, this is probably like when they started doing these like focusing on one character episodes.
Yeah, it was good. No, I liked it, and it introduces the governor back into the show. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
And it was
this.
necessary. It's not like you could argue, you know, at the show's end. Yeah, that was one of those episodes that didn't need to happen because it built up the governor's rebuild.
Yeah, this is not like Bill and fucking Frank just having sex for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like,
if the governor went, no, Lilyhuddle, I'm here for David. And fuck David, and David Sykes.
yeah, and then at the end of the episode, the governor says, "David, I found you. My life's complete." And
he
then,
drops an oxygen tank on his own fucking skull.
The oxygen tank crushes David and Philip's head, and then that's it. They're laying in the bed, and then Rick turns up and he takes the supplies and steals the governor's spaghetti hoops, and then walks on off to the distance, and we never see the governor and Rick again. Fuck that shit. Anyway, 7 out of 10. Final thoughts.
I enjoyed it. Will Too Far Gone top it? It probably will, but
Is Tara the first LGBT character in the show?
that we know of, yes.
See, this is proof that I don't just hate on it, because I remember when I first watched it, she was one of my favourite characters. I thought, you know what, I really like that new character. So it's not the fact that people are LGBT, it's the fact they get pushed down your throat, and it's like the sole purpose of them being there is because they're LGBT. I don't mind it introducing a character that happens to be lesbian, but see when you get like 3 seasons later and like 50% of the cast is gay, that's when it becomes a bit of a
We're all
problem.
taking it up the ass. Anyway, till next time, guys. That's it. 7 out of 10. What's the next episode called?
Confinement or something
I think
similar
it's Dead
to
Weight, actually.
So it is.
Dead Weight, like this channel. Anyway, peace.